What is up, people of the world? It's me again, Alex Swarmer, aka AP3 Jones, coming to you with yet another Lighthouse episode review. Today's episode, Friend or Foe, with an X, meaning an error. Yeah. So, yes, I'll do the usual. I'll describe the episode, I'll tell you what I thought about it, what I liked about it, what I possibly didn't like about it, and Easter eggs and references at the end. All that stuff. Basically, the good, the bad, and nerdy. Can't do that without screwing up my vision, but anyway. Love Black Nerd, by the way, but that's not the point in this video. So, the episode, well, it stars Lisa Loud, and this episode was kind of teased, like, very early in episode 40 of the Nick Animation Podcast, the season 2 finale, about the Lighthouse Riders, and they teased this episode way back in May. And they were talking about there's a future Lisa episode that barely involves Lincoln, in which he only has 2 lines. He only has 2 lines in this episode. So yes, I was very much looking forward to that episode that they were teasing, and well, here we are with Friend or Foe. I will describe it before I start gushing, okay? So what's the episode about? Well, Lisa is in class, and well, she gets a report card. She gets straight A's on everything, except for one thing. She gets an F in social skills, or something like that. It's basically social skills. And what she has to do, in order to change that F to an A, is she has to make a friend. So, she does this by observing how the rest of her siblings make friends, and even how her dad makes friends, and unfortunately she sees this more as an obligation than, you know, an actual friendship, which I'll get into that in a little bit. I have a piece of candy in my mouth, but actually it's a lozenge. Why would I lie to you guys? But yeah. And Lisa's efforts of making a new friend and upping her grade, the friend she winds up befriending is a little girl named Darcy. Now Darcy is absolutely adorable. She's one of the cutest characters on that show, and people on Twitter talked about that briefly, and that's the only thing I knew about the episode prior to actually watching it. But yeah, the people are right. Darcy is adorable, and apparently her voice actor is the same. I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, like I said, one of the most adorable characters in the Lighthouse, and probably one of the most adorable TV characters of all time. Dot and Fluttershy, you better watch out. Just saying. So yeah, after she winds up spending time after Lisa winds up spending time with Darcy, she actually gets her grade amped up, and then afterwards she realizes like, oh, I forgot to consider that I have to actually, you know, maintain this friendship afterwards, because up until that point she only saw it as an obligation for herself to make her grade go up, and after that she pretty much started cutting off Darcy, and it's in a kind of heartbreaking moment where afterwards Lisa finally tells her, like, she basically tells her, I was using you, and which is what she did, and poor Darcy, that poor little girl, she winds up crying. And she has a fit, and she's screaming at Lisa, telling me, you hurt my feelings, and that was just, that was just heartbreaking. And I'm trying to gain my train of thought. So yeah, at the end, Lisa realizes what she did was wrong, and actually, no, I'm getting ahead of myself again. Lisa actually winds up in timeout because of how she hurt Darcy. And Darcy approaches her in timeout, and she gives her a cookie, and then Lisa's like, like confused and was like, well, why are you giving me a cookie? I hurt after I hurt your feelings, and then Darcy says, well, and that's what friends do, and then Lucy realizes like, oh, this is how friendship is. Friends make each other feel better. And then she learns that lesson of friendship and how valuable it is. And she learns a lesson to not take advantage of your friends and to treat others the way you want to be treated. That is precisely what my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Spencer, told me way back in 5th grade. He told me those exact words, to treat others the way you want to be treated. So yeah. And honestly, adults need to be reminded of that too. So yeah, this episode is basically a lesson on friendship. It's as if this were My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I'm making another comparison to the show. Because like I did in the last episode, but yeah. After Lisa apologizes, Darcy comes up and joins her and sits with her, and she hugs Lisa, and she's, like I said, just so adorable. And like I said, one of the cutest characters in the show, and she shows that off really well. She wore flashy shoes earlier in the episode, by the way. But yeah, in the end, she snuggles on Lisa, and then Lisa's like, "Hey, you want to come over to observe my cat scans?" And then she's just like, "I love cats too," or something like that. And she's, oh man, that's the episode. So what do I think of the episode? I think it's a perfect episode. It's I think it's the first episode that solely stars Lisa. And like I said, perfect 10 out of 10 episode. I gave it 10 sisters out of 10. And I get no complaints at all. Like I said, I'm drawing a blank here, but yeah, Lisa, the way Lisa learns her lesson is very heartwarming, and it really shows, like, actual character development. And it's awesome to get to see that with these characters whenever it does happen. Like, what am I saying? And in the instances we see the characters have character development, it winds up being just very beneficial and very just entertaining, and also just enlightening to see these characters grow and learn their lessons. And that's what Lisa did today in this episode. She learned her lesson and befriended a new adorable character named Darcy. I said 10 out of 10. Now I'll talk about some Easter eggs and some references and other random things I'd like to point out. Apparently Darcy is voiced by a young little girl who's 11 years old, 11, 12 years old. And apparently she portrayed Sally in the Peanuts movie, which I still haven't seen. I am way behind on movies, by the way, but that's another story for another day, so yeah. The voice actor who plays Darcy is actually from something, and you know what else is convenient? This new character, she has the same name as the winner of America's Got Talent, Darcy Lynn, and because yeah, the HGT finale and the new Loud House episodes happened in the same week, so I thought that was pretty weird and convenient for that to happen. I just thought I'd like to point that out. I suppose I'll talk about America's Got Talent soon. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know, but that's another topic for another day. And anything else? The portrait with the allusions to the main cast of SpongeBob returns, and Lynn rocks his cowbell again. Lynn Sr. rocks his cowbell again, which was awesome. And I've been dying to see him play the cowbell again. like Lynn Sr. is one of the funniest characters in the show, and to see him with the cowbell again was just a wish come true. It was just awesome. And also, Lincoln and Clyde play DDR again. Well, like, they play the home version of DDR, and earlier in the series they played, like, the actual arcade version of DDR. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about the episode. other than that, it was perfect. Would love to see Darcy again. She's a great new character, and I seen a joke on Twitter or somewhere like, if Darcy doesn't return, fans will riot. No. Oh god, my ear just popped. Holy crap, wait. And that, my friends, is how you pop your ears. So, yeah. I think I'm done. Like I said, one of my favorite episodes, definitely among the top 10 right now. And, be sure, I think I'm done gushing over the episode. If I gush on any longer, I'll be going on all freaking night. But, if you like this episode, and don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to stay tuned for tomorrow's review. No Laughing Matter. This will be the last episode I review for the September wave / bomb of episodes. So yeah, I'm Alex Moore, aka I can't even talk. God, I'm Alex Moore, aka AP3 Jones. Thank you so much for watching until the end. That's it for me, and I will see you soon. Goodbye. By the way, Lisa acts very much like Sheldon Cooper. Just saying. And there's another reference I forgot to point out. There's a kid that eats paste or glue, whatever you want to call it, and he is a reference to a character in the Powerpuff Girls. His name is like Elmer's Glue or something. He's from the episode Haste, Paste, Waste or something like that, and he turns into a giant monster because like radioactive toxic waste, and so yeah, there was a reference to a character in the Powerpuff Girls, which was awesome. And now that's the video, and now I gotta edit these videos because these are like separate video clips, so yeah. Goodbye.